Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're looking at, well, a really fascinating story about how sometimes meekness can be the biggest weapon.
Absolutely. It's called The Architect of Humility. It's all about how this almost invisible guy in a huge corporation managed to bring down the top dog.
Right, by basically weaponizing incompetence, or at least perceived incompetence.
Exactly. Our mission today is to unpack how he did it, how this character, Elias Vance, used being overlooked as his main tool.
Okay, so let's lay out the players. First, the antagonist, Julian Croft.
Julian Croft.
Right.
CEO of Synthlant Corp. Big personality, totally charismatic, but ruthless. Definitely the monster in this narrative.
And he had this cloud hanging over him, right? His former partner, Alistair Finch.
Yeah, Finch's death, officially ruled a suicide, but, well, the timing was very convenient for Croft.
And Croft's the kind of guy who always gets his way, always wins.
Pretty much. Then you have our protagonist, Elias Vance, junior compliance officer.
Describe him for us. What's the picture?
Oh, he's almost a caricature of overlooked. Shuffling, bad suits, kind of apologetic all the time, even a bit of a stutter.
The guy you forget is even in the meeting 5 minutes after it ends. A corporate ghost.
That's the one. And his whole approach, his investigation. It was pure Columbo.
Huh. Right, the fumbling detective act. So Vance wasn't coming in hot with accusations.
Not at all. No accusations. He'd just show up, maybe looking a bit confused, papers maybe slightly disorganized.
Apologizing for taking up time.
Yes, just need to tie up these tiny loose ends for the compliance files, making himself seem like this bothersome but ultimately harmless gnat.
And Croft, being this arrogant titan, he couldn't just ignore incompetence, could he?
That's the crucial part. Croft's arrogance was his downfall. He couldn't stand untidiness, even procedural untidiness from someone like Vance.
So instead of just brushing him off,
He started trying to help Vance to sort of fix the incompetence to get him out of his hair faster. He started talking too much.
giving details he shouldn't have.
Exactly. Unsolicited details. Things like complex security overrides, stuff definitely not in any standard manual. Ad hoc codes.
The kind of thing only someone at the very top would know or authorize.
Right. And Vance. Just quietly taking notes, scribbling it all down on like a cheap notepad. Nothing fancy.
So it wasn't one big smoking gun, but lots of little leaks.
A constant dripping leak of information, yeah. And Vance kept using that just one more thing approach. Focusing on documents Croft probably assumed nobody ever actually read properly.
Like energy logs, seriously.
Seriously. Energy consumption logs for the labs. And he found something.
Okay, what was it?
On the night Finch died, the logs showed this huge power surge. But here's the kicker. It happened a full hour after Finch's official time of death.
Whoa, so someone was definitely active in that lab using a lot of power well after Finch was supposedly already gone.
Bingo. Proof of activity. And when Vance, looking all flustered, asked Croft about this discrepancy. Just a procedural loose end, you understand?
Croft got annoyed.
Super irritated, just snapped at him. Said something like, that surge. Capacitor tests. For the Helios project.
Okay.
And then he immediately pulled rank. Details are classified. Way above your pay grade, Vance. Trying to shut him down.
But that was the mistake, wasn't it? The classic overreach.
Huge mistake. Because Vance wasn't just asking randomly. He already knew something.
What did he know?
From hidden notes left by Alistair Finch himself, Vance knew that the special capacitors for this Helios project, they weren't even installed yet.
Not installed when?
Not installed on the night Finch died. In fact, they didn't arrive until a full week after Finch's death.
So the classified capacitor test explanation is complete fabrication. A verifiable lie.
A lie Vance could prove. And the final act. It was perfect. Almost theatrical.
Where did this happen?
Company town hall meeting. Big Q&A session. Elias shuffles up to the microphone looking more nervous than ever. Voice trembling a bit.
Playing the part right to the end.
Totally. He asks Croft, very deferentially, to confirm for the record, that Croft personally ordered and oversaw those vital Helios capacitor diagnostics on the night of the surge, just to clear up the energy log query for the file.
And Croft, on stage, probably wanting to look decisive.
Confirmed it. Absolutely. Took credit for overseeing those critical classified tests.
And then?
Vance just paused, looked down at his papers, maybe fumbled them slightly, and then he presented the final documents.
Well, let me guess. The installation requisitions.
The installation requisitions, signed by Julian Croft himself, showing the capacitors weren't delivered, let alone installed, until the following Tuesday.
Oof. In public, in front of everyone.
The mask just shattered.
Yeah.
Right there. The lie exposed, undeniably. That was the beginning of the end for Croft and his empire.
Wow. So the whole thing came crashing down, not because of some direct, powerful attack.
Nope. It came down because of, as the account puts it, the persistent scratching of a pen on a cheap notepad. The power of paying attention.
So thinking about the takeaway for you listening, it really highlights something important, doesn't it?
It really does. We often see compliance, protocol, all that bureaucratic stuff as just red tape, a burden.
Yeah, the boring stuff, the paperwork.
But this story shows it can be the ultimate tool for accountability. It's about relentless attention to the details that everyone else just skims over or ignores completely.
So the provocative thought to leave you with is maybe don't just look at the big picture.
Right. If you really want to understand how things actually work, maybe ignore the glossy reports for a minute. Look at the requisitions. Look at the invoices. Look at the energy logs.
Because that's where the real story often is, hidden in plain sight, in the procedure.
That's where the truth hides. Always.